Don't ask me for any sensitive information. Don't ask me for any sensitive information. There you go.
We're live. Yeah, we're good, man.
Sweet. It's amazing.
Well, all right. Through many technical difficulties, we are finally live. The video looks good. The audio looks good. And Chris looks sexy as hell.
Oh, thank you. The Master P. Master Parker. He's the guy sitting behind two monitors trying to get this shit show going.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Believe me.
Hey.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers to you. This is some of our fine peach whiskey. I did a review on it. Go check it out. It's on the YouTube. Check all the links on the four corners of your screen there. That's where you can find us at all time. Also, my idiot self decided to make a text line. So hit us up, 469-416-1927. Hit us up. We'll text you all the time. It's open. It's a text message. And I'm not responsible if you get charged, so don't come at me with that either. So anyway, our discussion today is about love and romance. I've been down many romantic channels that have all turned into shit shows. You know, but each one I learned something. That's the key. You gotta learn something from your shit show over romance. How about you, Parker? What have you been down?
Romance-wise, I mean, man, I've only had, I guess in terms of relationships, I've only had like 2 actual serious relationships. I mean, I've dated plenty of women, but you know, whenever I was younger, I was just up on the Tinder. Quite frankly, I just wanted to get laid. That's literally all it was, man. Like, if I'm being honest, I really just wanted to get laid. So I really wasn't too focused on like, you know, love or relationship. I eventually found one girl. She was actually from Michoacan in Mexico. That was the first chick we dated for about a year, man. You know, my first goal with her, I was just like, oh, this fine, you know, Latina chick.
Oh,
let me go up to her and get her number. I was actually working at Chick-fil-A at the time of all places. I was
listen, I'll give you all the free chicken nuggets you want. Just come on up. So, but yeah, you know, it's I can understand that. That's how I met my girl. You know, we met on a website or an app, as they call it nowadays, and I was like, man, all right, give it a shot. I had just gotten divorced about 3 years after that, and I was like, all right, so I was like, hey, I just want to go out and have some fun. And I've been with her for about 4 years. I think my anniversary is coming up, which I really didn't remember, because I'm like, hey, when did we first start dating?
You didn't remember? What?
No, I was like, I asked her, I was like, hey, when's our anniversary? She goes, well, I know it's sometime in November. I'm like, how about the 13th? So every anniversary, we'll at least have a Friday the 13th come around.
Oh yeah, there we go. Man, I got a few questions to ask you out of that. First one being, what app did you guys meet on?
It was one of those where like my self-esteem was like shit at the time. So
I mean, same for all apps. I would say that's how it is for a lot of people.
Yeah, but this one was the woman had to reach out to you.
Oh, was it like Bumble or
yeah,
Hinge
I think it's
or something?
like
I've used Bumble, man. Yeah.
And
I've used them all except Hinge, but like I've been on all of them, man. Like,
I tried Tinder, and she's like, "Hey, for $50," I'm like, "I'm good." I figured out where all the hookers went. I'm like, yeah. I don't want something that Ajax can't get rid of.
You add me on Instagram, baby. I know talk to you here. I add you on Instagram.
Oh yeah, when you can actually hear the accent and the way they talk, they text you, I'm like, something wrong here.
Yeah. I was wondering if I was the only one who was able to pick that up.
Oh no, man, it's hilarious. I was walking around after posting some TikToks, and some girl, "You're funny. Can we talk?" I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And meanwhile, my girl's sitting next to me, looking at me. I'm like, death eyes. I'm like, and she goes, "Who's that?" I said, "I don't know. Some lady texted me." She goes, "Where's she from?" "I don't know, but the way she's texting me, I wouldn't say America."
Oh man. So, you and Jamie, y'all met 4 years ago, correct?
Yeah.
It was on a dating app. So was it love at first sight, or were you just trying to get some, or, you know, what was going through your mind during the initial phases of y'all first like meeting and getting together? And be honest here, okay? Keep it real, man. Keep it real. I know Jamie might be listening. Jamie, I'm sorry and I love you, but I have to know.
Literally, we went back to her school and made printed copies for her class. Yes, I landed a teacher.
How romantic.
I know, right? We went to Starbucks. I had a black coffee. She had the gayest thing they had, and went back went back to her school and made copies. I'm like, all right, well, you know, I spend more time at school than I actually spent at school. I was like,
oh man,
this is crap. This is God getting me back for not going to school.
Well, it sounds like there must be some true love between y'all then.
Yes, when you can stay in school for an extra 8 hours that you don't have to be there, that's love. I don't know what else. Or love stupidity. I'm bored 8 hours a day anyway. So, but yeah, she's a great woman who deals with all of my shit. That's right there.
A strong woman.
Yeah. And she has no issue putting me in my place. I'm like, but no, all right. She's like, no, but I'm paying for it. No, all right. But she's great. I am thankful that she's in my life. It's a wonderful, wonderful adventure.
Right. Yeah.
She loves antiquing, so that just means I get to walk around with her and carry heavy shit all the time. And I'm like, yep.
Hey, that's what men are for. We're the pack mules.
Oh, but you understand how heavy antiques are?
I really don't, and I never want to.
That desk you're at is a quarter of the weight.
Oh, did you have to? I'm curious. Was this one of the things y'all got at one of the?
No, that was Amazon.
Amazon. There we go. Amazon is lifesaver.
Yep, it came to my door. I just had to wheel it up the stairs. I'm like, yep, there we go.
Right.
It was 50 pounds. I'm like, I could do that.
So, I don't know you super duper well, but from what you have told me, it sounds like you've dated a few ladies in your time, to say the least, man.
Yeah, I started a few instant families.
So, I'm only 26 right now. I'm sure you have way more wisdom than I do when it comes to dating, love, romance, man.
There is sex in the champagne room.
Well, I like champagne and sex, so thanks for the advice.
I invite you to the club. Like, go to Baltimore.
Yeah. Well, what I'm curious, what advice would you give to someone like me, or maybe even some people that are younger who are dating, and things they shouldn't do, things they should do, things you learned from.
Don't rush. Don't rush. Like I'm like, I love the idea of being married, but I love the idea of being divorced. So I'm like, it's nice, to have that in case of an emergency call. Hey, something's going on. He's in jail. All right, well, here's just an emergency call. And they might come get you. Now it's like, all right, hey, all right, well, I'll just let you know, I've made you the in case of emergency contact, all right? That's what I told Jamie. I said, we're kind of serious because, you're responsible if I end up somewhere.
Oh, geez, no pressure, Jamie.
Yeah, I'm like, it could be jail, it could be the morgue. Someone's going to call you.
Oh, my God.
Hopefully it's jail. I got money for that.
Yeah, you can't really use your money to bring yourself back to life unless I guess maybe if you're Jeff Bezos rich, there's no telling at that point.
I'm in some crypto, man. I hope this thing rockets. The way they're talking. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's that's the peace of mind. Don't rush a relationship. Let it occur naturally. I mean, my partner Don, today's his anniversary. Congrats, Don.
Congrats, Don. How many years?
6.
6 years. Congrats, Don. Yeah, that's great, man. Good job.
In today's world, that's 20.
I was about to say, that's at least 15. 20 for sure.
20 for sure. A strong 6. He's still head over heels in love. Like, we'll go have dinner and, I'll go to their house. They'll come to here. And, I'm like, y'all get a room. Don't use mine. Just get a room.
What, are they all over each other still?
All the time. It's hilarious. I'm like,
well, is it love or just lust for each other at that point?
It's love. After I have a 5-year cutoff. I'm in 4. I'll figure out a relationship at 5. I'm sorry, baby. I love you. At 5 years, we'll figure this out. We'll have a re-meeting. I signed a 5-year contract. So, he's at 6. I'm like, all right, so here we up for another 5. There you go.
Yeah, right.
You tap out on every 5.
Man, I can definitely kind of relate to that. Not so much the 5-year, but a lot of women that I've dated, like typically after 6 months, this is going to sound bad, but I get bored of them. Or let's say my first serious relationship, that was a year long. And after the year, I realized that was not the chick I wanted to be with.
Oh, yeah. That's why I say take your time. You got to know them. Because nowadays in today's world, being on TikTok and being on Twitter and being on Instagram, there's so many filters. I hate it when someone, if you're going to send me a picture, don't send me duck lips with a filtered face. I'm saying,
right? Yeah. They can make themselves look like 10s when in reality they're only 6s or 3s.
Yeah. When a 3 turns into a 10, you're too drunk.
Oh, yeah, right.
You're like, wait. All right, this conversation is awesome. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. Send me a real photo. If I get back to you, you're good. If I don't get back to you, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. That speaking of the filters, that actually reminds me back in my Tinder days. I was I was 19. This was kind of a while back, but so I was talking to this chick over on Tinder. She said she was 19 too, you know, thin, beautiful, sexy, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to buy this girl some dinner, right?
Yeah.
So I was chatting with the chick. Long story short, it turns out she was extremely overweight and only 16.
Woo.
Yes.
I got a story about that. I have a half sister, and she met this guy from an island or whatever, one of the islands, you know, and nice guy. I mean, they end up having a kid, and he cares to death about his kid, and I'm like, that's great. And all suddenly, you know, one of those, he goes to a, you know, 21 and up for guys club, 18 and up for girls, which I'd never attend. No,
I mean,
no.
that sounds like most clubs, man.
No. If you have two ages for admittance, no.
I mean, in my experience, that's like every club I've ever been to. So wait, what does that say about me?
No, that's fine. Problem is, they were letting 16 and ups in. Yeah.
That's not good, man.
Yeah.
And dude, I've been to some clubs and these chicks, I'm like, how old are you? And they're like, 17.
No.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here.
Oh yeah. So I'm definitely, you know, like I told him, you know, I felt bad because he got hemmed up. I mean, you know, cops, jail, all that.
Wait, what happened, man?
He just got hooked up with an underage person. But she was in a 18 and up for women club.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So she lied about her age. I bet she looked like she was probably 21, maybe. Yeah. Dude, that's how a lot of these women look now. When you go to these clubs and you talk to them, you know, they look like they're probably mid-20s, and you talk to them and they're like, oh, I'm just 18. And I'm just like, oh, my
first question is, do you have a kid? If they say yes, I'm like, all right, cool.
That's a good way to bet. I'm going to keep that in mind. Thank you.
Do you have a kid? Yes. All right. Hey, I'm down with being stepdad.
Yeah. That's actually really smart, man. I've never even thought about using that tactic to figure it out.
Listen, you don't want to train anybody, all right? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have to train somebody. You want somebody who's got some experience. You know,
I can't argue with that. Like,
I've been in a relationship where it's like, oh, you know, you're my son. I'm like, oh, kill me, please. Just kill me. You know, listen, I ain't saying I'm the Mac Daddy, but, you know, I don't want to have to teach you. You know,
right.
I'll give you my playbook. This is football. I'll give you my playbook. You give me yours. We'll work on our plays. When you only got two plays, lay there and look pretty. Nah. No.
I mean, if I'm being honest, for me, it'll get the job done, but it's not going to be a 5-star review, to say the least.
No. I need, you know, I need a hoe. Jamie's good. She's not a hoe. She's good. She's, you know, she's definitely a 10. You know, I'm saying that because I want to have sex later. But, you know, you know, she's a 10, you know, and we courted. It wasn't like, oh, hey, let's hook up. Nah, I mean,
right. Yeah. You guys actually spent some time together, built up the rapport, the trust, relationships.
I'm like, hey, you know, we're going out. You know, I have $200. I have a $200 limit. We're going to go out. I'm going to spend $200. Something going to happen.
Now if I spend over $200, then everything's gonna happen.
Yeah, like, all right. But I think it was like maybe our 5th date before we kissed. You know, I wasn't trying to jump in.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
I was
right.
like, all right. You know, and I came with baggage like 80% of everybody out there now. You know, so it's like, all right.
I mean, that's super, especially with all the dating apps and the social media and all that, the instant gratification. It's super easy for you to break up with your partner and find a new one.
Yeah, just before you're even broken up.
Yeah, before you're broken up. Yeah, because you keep all these people within your orbit. You can literally. So the term's called monkey branching. I don't know if you've heard about it within dating,
that's a new thing for me.
Yeah, so it's called monkey branch. It's primarily a thing for ladies who. Now, guys would totally do it too. I'm not saying men do it, but it is more of like a female thing where they keep a lot of dudes in their orbit, right?
Yeah.
So that way, you know, if a guy, you know, if they just want to find a guy who's better looking, makes more money, or if their current boyfriend is just not treating them how they want to be treated, then, you know, they'll just monkey branch on over, break up with him, go find a new dude, swing on over. Men, we do the same thing. So I'm not saying it's one-sided by any means.
No, I call it, you know, open the window before I shut the door.
Oh, I like that one. I'm
one. Like, I'm gonna look outside. What's there? Hey, how you doing? I'm already halfway out the window, and I'm like, I should lock that door.
Right.
Let me go over there and lock that door.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, the last time was like, I need to get divorced, which was kind of a crazy way because I was dating this one girl at a time, and she actually did my divorce.
What do you mean she
went to school to be a paralegal, so she was able to go get all the paperwork and. We were dating at a time. She goes, "Oh, do your divorce." I'm like, "I will marry you if we can do my divorce." So,
my jaw is on the floor right now. By the way,
I was like, "All right," and like 2 months later, she left, like disappeared, like straight up ghosted me. I went to work and I got a phone call. She had left. I'm like, okay, and didn't hear from her. I'm like,
Wait, and that was it? That was the end of it?
yeah, pretty much. You know,
She
I mean,
didn't take half your stuff?
No, there was nothing there to take. I didn't leave my good shit with her. I got storages everywhere. I didn't leave my good shit there.
Oh man. I want to go back to so you were speaking just a few minutes earlier about, you know, you courted Jamie and you guys like took your time and all that. It made me think she's not my girlfriend technically. I mean, so we dated for 4 years. It's complicated. It's one of those situations, right? It's complicated.
Did she cheat on you?
No.
Did you cheat on her?
No.
Then there's nothing to talk about.
Well, in regards to that, no, but like I just want to talk about how like the conception of the relationship, because this, like, I've never done this with any chick. Like, so we matched on Tinder. My entire goal was to get laid. That's all it was. She's a little short, blonde, petite chick. So I'm a big gamer. I like computers. I'm a nerd, just put it simple, right? And so is she. She's into games. She's a cosplayer, so she'll dress up as like characters. I'm gonna be honest, it's really fucking hot, dude.
I can see. Ooh.
It's really hot. She does like I don't know, call me weirdo. She does a really sexy Harley Quinn.
Oh,
like
I don't. I'm trying to talk Jamie into being Princess Leia, you know, with the buns and the suit. I'm like,
bro.
listen, you are perfect for this. I'll go get the cinnamon buns. We'll keep them in the package so your hair won't get messed up.
Yeah, right.
You know, and hey, put it on for 10 minutes, throw it in the corner. Let's go town.
Man, yeah, it's sexy to say the least. But yeah, so we ended up matching on Tinder. We didn't even meet in person until like 6 months later. Maybe it was probably like 4 to 6, right? But since she's a gamer, we just played Xbox the whole time. We were friends, blah, blah, blah. Then we actually stopped talking for a little bit. But it was one night, I'm going to be honest, I was a little horny. So I started hitting her up. Then we made plans to go out on a date. We went on a date. It was fun. Took her to the National Video Game Museum over in Frisco, blah, blah, blah. But then we ended up started getting like serious. Dude, we didn't even have sex till like 6 months in the relationship. And that's not me, man. I'm trying to get it the moment I'm in there. But it's just like with this chick, this was the first chick that I ever wanted to wait and not actually try to bang. Well, of course I wanted to bang her the whole time. Yeah. But like I was cool with the waiting out.
You were borderline friend zone. You were ooh.
Well, so we were still making out, and you know she would still use her hands on like some places. So it's just
you
like
were the safe guy. You know, he doesn't. You know, we'll just have some fun. You were the fun guy, without being fully fun.
we had a lot of fun. Well, she claims that she was a virgin, and I'm the only person she's ever been with, kind of thing. Now I can't verify that. Like
hold on. Go to my friend. He's a gynecologist. We'll figure this out. I need to know.
Yeah, right.
But listen, if you can say that, they go like, hey, you need all these tests. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. This whole new dating thing is crazy. With all the apps and everything. I think that was like the first time. I grew up like, I think my first official serious relationship was my friend's cousin, and it just happened because we were just hanging out in the same circle. And so I was like, all right, she thought I was cute, and I was like, hey, someone thinks I'm cute. What's up?
Yeah, right.
So it was like, all right, that lasted for 5 years because after 5 years, like, all right, this ain't gonna happen. So it's like, yeah.
Wait, you guys were together for 5 years? Was it like a serious 5 years? Or was it more just a casual? Or
no, serious. Like we lived together, we worked together. Well, I own one of the millions of businesses that it's like 1099. So I was 1099 for something, and it's just like, all right, and we did that together. And and I say it was completely my fault because of my extracurricular activities. I was like, all right.
Which would be what? Like partying? What, womanizing?
Yeah. Someone's like, oh, hey, you're cute. Hey, so are you. What's up?
So I'm curious, how old were you at the time then?
Oh, God. She was a year younger than me. So for legal reasons, I say I was 19 and she was 18. For legal reasons.
I got you.
But here, like,
drink responsibly.
Yeah, drink responsibly, 21 and up. She was, God, the reason I liked it because we had the same birthday.
Oh my gosh. So, I bet your birthdays were lit, dude. I bet they were awesome. Well,
I had a 7-day-a-week job. So pretty much from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. we were working. So our birthdays were, we lived in Orlando, so we went to Disney and, but once you live near a theme park, especially as big as Disney, it's not special. You know, it's
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see that. Yeah, I've
yeah.
never been, and I always wanted to go. I
Dude,
follow like a lot of the
listen,
food posts from Disney.
I'm a Disney freak. I like it blows my mind when I tell Jamie, hey, let's go to Disney. She goes, why? That's for kids. I'm like, because I'm a kid. You
Aren't we
understand?
all though?
Well, see, I'm a kid on the inside with a decaying 40-year-old body on the outside. And it's like, oh, you know, there's stuff like, hey, I can do that. And then I start doing it. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. This hurts. Stop it.
Yeah.
But
Don't they have something there? What is it called? Like Pleasure Island
no,
or like
that oh my God, Pleasure Island stories.
it? Okay. First off, why did he get closed? Second off, tell me everything you know about Pleasure Island,
Okay,
please.
so Pleasure Island was a whole bunch of clubs on Disney property. And
Talking like nightclubs, where it's like
nightclubs, yes, nightclubs.
Oh, nice.
There was a 60s.
so there's probably a lot of drug use. I would
No,
imagine.
no, no.
Oh,
It's
really?
Disney. There's no drugs.
Yeah, but it's nightclubs though.
Just Disney,
So just alcohol.
just alcohol.
Hey, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
So that sounds good to me.
So pretty much, it was great. You know, Disney, Universal are David and Goliath. You know, they're both two big companies, but one
Right,
owns Marvel, one owns Superman.
I mean, like when you
know,
put it like that,
yeah.
I thought Disney was big enough, but we're gonna mix in the Marvel and Superman, huge
Yeah,
to say the least.
You know, so it's like, all right, so you know, Disney was like, well, you know, there's a lot. There was issues, you know, because that's where security was always, you know, heavy present. You know, at the nightclubs, you're drinking 2 a.m. in the morning. People just want to keep partying, you know, and it's like, all right, you know, no, you can't party anymore. Time to go home, leave. And like, no, we don't want to. We can do what we want. You can't stop us. Where if it was like downtown Orlando, they'd, you know, pick you up by your scruff and toss you on the street.
Oh, jeez.
I've been to those clubs like, oh, I don't need to drink too much here.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, it's great. You know, Disney Pleasure Island, the Comedy Store was the best part. So they did, you know, improv.
Was it actual? Oh, so it was actual comics
Yeah.
up there.
But, you know, as usual, all the drunk adults were trying to get them to do adult themed stuff. And everyone's
right.
smiling like, this is Disney, y'all.
So the comedy was it just clean comedy then? There was
I
like
mean,
no
it
cursing
was,
or
I would
sex
say
jokes.
definitely PG-13. Very,
Okay.
very, very light R.
I wonder how hard that was for some of the comics if they couldn't just, if they didn't have the freedom to say whatever they want.
It's
they
all
they
about
had
the
to
paycheck.
I would imagine if they're doing it for Disney, yeah, I would
they got
imagine they're
paid.
making some of that
Oh,
money.
yeah, they got paid.
I would imagine. Oh yeah.
And it wasn't like it wasn't, you know, scripted. So this was like if you went to the Comedy Store
Oh
around
yeah,
here,
improv
straight
oh.
up. Hey, give us a name of a building. Give us a name of a piece of clothing.
Yeah.
And you know, they would run through the whole thing. Every once in a while they'll get one that would be like, oh. But I mean, now, you know, I haven't been since they revamped the whole downtown, because there's downtown Disney, free to get in.
Right.
That's where Pleasure Island was. And Pleasure Island, you know, up until 10 o'clock, you can walk in, do whatever you want. After 10 o'clock was adult time.
And so does that mean kids weren't allowed in the park after 10?
After 10.
Oh wow. So is
everyone-
it 21 up after 10 or what's the
I think 18.
18.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you know, so it's like you had to buy, you know, tickets to get in and whatnot. But it was definitely, you know, a highlight, you know, and I worked for the Mouse. I won't lie, you know, it was one
Wait,
of
you
those,
worked for the Mouse?
Yeah, I worked for the Mouse.
Like
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, Mickey Mouse.
Wait, you worked at
Disney.
this is news to me, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I used to. So I was a show host for Indiana Jones Adventure, whatever it's called now.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, and I, if anyone's from Disney, I still call it MGM Studios, not Hollywood Studios. It's MGM Studios.
What does that stand for?
MGM. You know, the Metro Goldman, whatever.
I actually don't. So Metro Goldman.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
they
gotcha.
switched over to Hollywood Studios.
Oh,
you know,
gotcha.
'cause Basically, what it was MGM Studios was set up to be a actual live filming event. So, like, they would film TV shows there, similar to like Nickelodeon. You know, when I was younger, I lived in Florida. You know, Nickelodeon Studios was based in Universal Studios. And you guys should go see Clarissa Explains It All, Legends of the Hidden Temple, all of that.
I bet it was pretty awesome though.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those like, oh, you know, and they choose from, you know, hey, you want to be on the show? You want to be on the show? And back in the day, if you ever go to Universal, you could look at it. You actually, you know, drive up to the front gate. and get dropped off. I mean, it's like front gate, ticket booth, entrance.
I'm guessing it's not like that anymore.
No, I work there too. So that's where I met my ex-wife. I was like, oh, yay. No.
Wait, so was she working at the park at the same time? Or
we actually started working the same day.
And, wow. So y'all were day one buddies at your job.
Kind of sort. She got mad because, everyone calls me Chris.
Is it because you're hot or?
No, well, yeah. Everyone calls me Chris. Everyone calls her Chris too. So she I got hired. She's like, I got hired before you because I should have the right to the name Chris. I'm like, yeah, but I wear it better.
I mean, I've never met a lady who goes by the name Chris. No disrespect to those ladies out there, but I'm just saying, I feel like it,
Oh yeah,
I feel like it's more of a dude thing.
Yeah,
call me crazy.
Yeah, but I was Chris with a C. She was Chris with a K.
Hold on. Game changer. If she's Chris with a K, no way. Nope.
Exactly.
You are Chris with the C all the way.
All the way, and it's one of those like, oh, and then she goes, like, for because I was in a horrible relationship at the time, so I had my window open. I was just fishing, like, all right, what's around here?
Yeah,
all right, someone I work with, great. I'm gonna be around her 20 hours a day. They're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, 10 hours a day. And it's like, all right, cool. And we hung out and all this. And, I was like, all right, well, time to close this door. And therefore, 15 years later, you get an ex-wife. Like, all right, yay.
Yeah.
So, but, I have nothing bad. I got a lot of bad to say, but nothing I will say because, just it's how
legal
it goes.
Reasons.
Yeah. It's how it goes. It's like, all right, life goes on and, stuff happens and just like, all right, we both made bad choices. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to pick up my toys and go home.
So I'm curious, after you stopped working there, you said you took like Jamie there. Would you take like just like ladies, chicks you were dating, all that at the time, or what was the?
Yeah, I mean, because I had free passes to all the parks. I knew people.
Even after you worked there, you still had free.
I knew people.
So they would hook you up. Then.
Yeah,
you got the hookup.
Yeah.
Man, do you still have the hookup, by the way?
I haven't talked to their women, and out of respect for Jamie, I kind of, unless they reach out to me, I'm like, eh.
Well, if they want a hot young stud, slide him over my way, and I'll get us some free passes. Don't ask how.
Yeah, no, Jamie don't care what. Hey, this lady will say if I go on a date with her, she'll give me $1 million. No, but she'll give me $1 million. No, I can't. It's too good over here. I'm sorry. For $1 million, no.
Well, I'll do for 500,000.
Go, Parker, get it. I'll give you the numbers.
Oh, heck yeah, let's do it, man. I always wanted to go to Disney.
Oh, dude, it's one of those where it's going to empty your banking account, your wallet, your firstborn, your secondborn, and half of your thirdborn.
Well, I'm not interested in kids at the moment, so it might be a good thing.
Don't do kids.
No kids.
No kids. No. Oh my God, no. I got 3 I deal with now, and I love them to death. Don't get me wrong, but I'm waiting for 18.
Yeah.
and meanwhile, I got a 21-year-old and a grandson. I'm like, oh.
Oh man.
And they're like, Dad, can we move back in? I'm like, I'm happy I'm at my girlfriend's house all the time.
Yeah, right.
You can enjoy my townhome, pay rent, get out.
Hey, as long as if you make them pay rent, man, that sounds like not a bad setup.
Yeah, I say pay rent, but I ain't seen a penny. So
yeah,
it's one of those like, oh, I care too much, and it's like, all right,
I feel like my parents were the same whenever I moved out at 20 actually, and they seemed so happy whenever I got out.
Your dad,
I'm pretty sure they had a cake.
Your dad took off all his clothes and put his balls on every piece of furniture you would touch. Just FYI. Because that's what I told my kids. I said, the second y'all move out, I'm nude. All right? I don't care. You come back, I'm answering the door. What's up? And by the way, my balls have been on everything.
The way I know like that's true is because I do the same. I live on my own.
They're like, all right, yep. This is mine. This is mine. I'll piss. I'm like, yep. I'll pee on everything.
Hey, you gotta mark your turf, man.
Like I had the one ex. She hit me up on Facebook, and I was like, no, no. Yeah. And then I posted something on Facebook. In love with my teacher. Hashtag in love with my teacher. So that way, because I know she's straight up, spamming, trying to, look through my life. I keep, there's certain people who can see my Facebook, that setting. I'm like, no, we ain't doing this. And she goes, hey, I'm like, no, we ain't doing no. Nope. Bridge is closed.
Yeah, right.
I'm throwing the water balloon and running away. No.
Yeah. So we're currently at the 30-minute mark. Did you want to start
Yeah,
wrapping
we'll keep
things
rolling.
up here? You
We'll
want to
just
keep
keep
rolling
rolling,
with it?
yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I get a refill of my
Yeah,
beverage?
man, what
Is
do you
that
want?
okay?
What do you want? You want
I mean, that
peach?
peach was pretty good. If I can grab me another one of those real
Yeah,
quick.
man. Here.
I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And as he's coming into the frame, like I said, this is our drink of the week or 2 weeks because, we do this as we don't get drunk, just to get drunk. And, it's peach tea whiskey from Ellington Reserve, and it goes great with sweet tea. Look it up. Look at all our notifications around these corners. You'll see a TikTok review on it, and it's just a wonderful, smooth drink. You want some tea? Got some tea there. Go ahead.
Here. Set that right there.
I do a heavy pour, just FYI.
That's the only way I drink it.
Listen, you're gonna be a man if you're drinking with me. We're doing heavy pours. 5% alcohol, 1% mixers.
Yeah, well, I think we'll get along then. That's how I drink all mine.
See, like I mixed. This is Don's favorite, Garrison Brothers. Oh, this is Texas straight bourbon whiskey. This is Don's bottle, so I respect. Hey, to you, Don, thank you for leaving it here at the studio. There, see, it wasn't a heavy pour. You've seen me do heavy pours. So, but yeah. Oh,
Cheers to Don.
cheers to Don. Happy anniversary, man. I hope you're
Happy
enjoying
anniversary.
it.
6 years, is that correct?
Yeah,
If memory
six
serves? That's
wonderful
impressive, man.
years. And he got himself one of those instant families. So it's like, all right,
Are you seeing like kids right off the bat?
Oh
or?
yeah, and he's
Wow.
loving it. He tells me stories. I'm like, hey, that's good. Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Because when you gotta sit there and tell a kid clean your room 5 times, and you're like, they just throw everything underneath the bed. You're like, oh, okay.
I used to do that as a kid too. Whenever my parents would tell me to clean my room when I was younger, I would literally just take everything and shove it directly under my bed.
Oh yeah,
And be like, room's clean.
and they know. They know. And it's like I grew up with my dad, and it's like I was like, all right, my dad, he gave me just what I needed. I didn't have name brand. I was that unnamed brand kid in school. Everything I had was straight up just not saying anything wrong with Walmart, but this was Walmart back in the 80s. It was when it was made in America Walmart, when Sam was still there. So Walmart wasn't bad. Kmart was a cheap place between Walmart and
Oh, was it back whenever Kmart was still huge?
yeah.
Oh, man, talk about a
Kmart had
throwback.
blue light specials just to get people in.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so my grandmother worked at Walmart, and we go there and all that. This is back when Winn-Dixie was huge, and all the old place. Winn-Dixie is a grocery store. For those of y'all don't know, all right, it's a grocery store. But
Gonna be honest, never heard of it.
Oh, you never heard of Winn-Dixie?
I know, I actually haven't. So I guess it was here in Texas and all.
No, it's a Southeast thing. See, I grew up in South Carolina, migrated between Florida and South Carolina most of my life.
Okay.
So, I've, with my, I'm technically 50-50. I'm the original, I'm not an Indian, but I can pass for one. I'm not a Mexican. I can pass for one. I can pass for a white neighborhood, a black neighborhood. I usually won't get shot.
Sounds like you got the best of all the worlds, man.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
I'm black enough for the racist white people. They're like, all right, he's mostly white, so we'll let it pass. I'm like, hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Howdy, y'all.
Pretty much, that's how you not get shot. Cop pulls me over. I'm like, he goes, what are you? Oh, my license says white.
Does it really?
Yeah. Because back,
Wow.
I was like, all right, they put white. I'm like, sweet. Won't get shot today.
I mean, I'm curious how did it get put on as white? Because I mean, you don't seem like a Caucasian to me.
Well, because my birth certificate says white.
Really?
Yeah, my parents did it back in the 70s when it was hard. Because North Carolina and South Carolina, I don't think legalized interracial marriage. My mom's black. So they didn't legalize interracial marriage until like 1990 something.
Oh my gosh, really?
So
that's actually nuts. I had no idea that it took that long.
Oh yeah, I think in South Carolina it was like 1999 because it made the news. I was like, wait, what? So
I mean, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess at least it's good. Is it good now or?
You got to remember that their Senator Strom Thurmond, He was like a head KKK guy who was a senator.
Was he like one of those grand wizards or something like that?
I
It was like a grand
my,
dragon wizard or whatever they call
I've had
themselves.
4 of these.
Fireball.
Yeah, my what he does. But I remember when he passed away, all of a sudden these black people showed up at his funeral that were actually his kids.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I was like, wait,
So
what? Yeah.
So he liked the ladies dark, is what you're telling me.
he was messing on the other side of town, like, oh. But you know, it's like
all his kids started showing up, and they were,
like, oh, wait, what? Oh yeah, this is my son from another. This is my son from. This is my daughter. I'm like, oh, dude got dirty.
oh man, yeah, right. So I'm curious. I wonder why he had all that hatred in his heart. So it sounds like he at least had some form of love and romance towards these women. But
it's like I say, it's the party. So with the current, and this is the third rail for me. It's like, the current people I hear, oh, we vote for the party. Like,
so he was just supporting the party essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, well, why? Was it just power, money, or?
Hey, in the South, the Republicans are the strongest party.
Right.
So they're going to, everyone supports the party. That's why.
So so he just supported the party. It sounds like for other reasons aside from the actual belief of the party. I'm assuming he didn't actually have hatred in his heart towards other people just based off the color of their skin.
You can't do the things that organization did and still do. And it's one of those where I've had little run-ins with them. One of my exes.
Oh, with the KKK?
Yeah, one of my ex's fathers. I'm guessing I heard rumors
that he was.
And I'm
guessing she was
I'm
white.
Not 100% sure about everything. This is all fourth party. Oh, but he's in.
Okay.
He's in this. I'm like, okay, well, hey, his daughter got a good one last night. And,
she was probably like, "Take this, Daddy. I'll get you back."
That's kind of the role I played during my whole teenage life. Like, all right,
yeah.
And then and then once kids come into the picture, it's like, oh,
hey,
yeah. I was like, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah. Oh man, dude, that is wow. That's crazy that you're basically dating some chick and her father. From what you heard was he could have killed you, man. That not like.
But I mean, most fathers want to kill me, so I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
I mean, yeah. To be fair, my father. I have younger sisters. They're 22, so they're not young, right? But yeah, dude, my dad is very protective over any dudes they date. So.
Meanwhile, I'm like, just move out. All right, find a guy, move out. I don't care. Just move out, please. Hurry up. Come on, 18. 18, all right? 18 in a day. I have the eviction notice here. You can leave.
Something tells me I'm going to be like that whenever I'm a father, which is hopefully not anytime soon.
Dude, like I said, take your time. No rush. No
Hell
rush.
yeah, man. I'm definitely not. I mean, man, at this point, I'm not even really looking for love myself personally. Like I said, I just got out of a 4-year relationship. We're still kind of talking.
By the way, ladies, that's Parker's way of saying, hey, hit me up.
You can shoot me an email at parkerjmedia@gmail. I'm taking love applications there.
With current photo, preferably
naked. I do photography and videography, and yes, I will film your OnlyFans.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, listen, you can't have him. Fridays are my day. Fridays and Saturdays, he comes over here and films my crazy shit. So, y'all gotta work that out. But you can have him in the evenings. So,
whenever the moonlight's the best.
Yeah, whenever the moonlight's the best. Hey, I'm gonna partake in my new favorite little cigar here. It's from it's called Unleashed from Comanche. Yeah, CAMACH with some weird Comanche.
Can I see that label, man? Can you just hold it up?
Yeah,
can you just hold it up? Like, what is that? Nice.
Yeah.
Unleashed. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, is that more of a lighter cigar? Or like, what? Tell me about it.
It's not a flavored cigar. So cigars are great. If you're drinking whiskey, you need a good cigar.
Oh. Ain't that the truth?
Don, I love him. He's great. He's never had a cigar until I introduced him to one where he got his kilt. We went down to one of those festivals, and I was like, he goes, I want to kill.
Do you have bagpipes as well?
Well, I don't think he has bagpipes, but
he's got a kill. My man, that's what I'm talking about.
He's like, oh, you should get a kilt. I'm like, they don't make one long enough. I'm joking. Listen. It doesn't cause any pain. It's the right size just for you. But, and I tell him, like, hey, get a kilt. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. And he's, he loves his kilt.
Yeah, right.
Next, when he comes on, I think y'all saw our September 11th video. You know, that's Don. He's a great guy. He's a pastor at his church. You know, I'm kind of the guy who does everything, and he's the good guy. You know, I'm the one like,
So
hey,
yin and yang.
oh yeah, that's
You're,
what my
you're the black one, he's the white one in the yin and yang.
there you go.
And I'm
Yeah.
not saying that because of the color of the skin. Hey, I saw in your cigar the way you cut it, it was that V-shaped cut. So I always just do straight cuts, or I've even did a little hole punch in the back
Yeah.
of mine, but I've never tried the V shape. Is there a difference between draw, or do you get different
So it's a I was smoking one today, and I bought this new cigar holder. So when I was at that
it looks
meeting,
nice.
when I was at the meeting, it came with a straight cut, and I'm like, all right,
Okay, yeah.
that's great. I like the V cut because you can draw better.
So you're saying the V cuts give you better draw than the straight cut, and I don't know what the other one's called where you punch a hole in it.
Yeah.
I hate the hole punch. That's my least favorite.
Yeah, because it's
But-
hard to with the whole.
I always
I've had a
damage the
couple-
cigar.
Yeah,
Well, most of the time I damage the cigar.
yeah. It's the V cut is simple, it's great. You get basically the hole punch. So when you draw in, it's you're getting right there. You're getting everything. The straight cut. It's great in emergency.
Yes, that's my go-to.
A lot of people, like every industry, they figure out a better way to do something.
Right. Yeah.
So when I saw the V cut, I'm like, oh, that's amazing.
I mean, it looks cool. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm just checking it out, man. Yeah, it's a nice big.
It's how you hold it. I got this from Silverleaf in Fort Worth. We
I actually like the smell of that. It
Oh, yeah,
looks like the burn's nice. Like has a good tobacco smell to it.
it's really good. It's great with whiskey. This is a wonderful whiskey cigar.
Mm-hmm.
I can literally sit on my back porch, and just all night long.
Sounds like a good night to me, my man.
Well, when you got the golf can on your back porch, it's like, hey.
Yeah, right.
Until you hear 4 and you're like, fuck, I can't move.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's going to hurt if it hits me. Hey, by the way, I just want to let y'all know, we got a text line. I want y'all to text me at 469-416-1927. And as you should see around our screen over here, down there, and over there, we should have our social media links. Hit us up. We want to talk to you.
Yeah, hit us up. Questions, any comments, concerns? Actually, we don't care about those.
Listen, like I say, life's too short to be concerned.
I couldn't agree more.
You got 2 things: pay your bills and have fun. And if you can't do one of those, don't pay your bills. Just have fun.
Yeah, because then at that point, is life really worth living?
No, everyone's like, oh, I'm working. I want to achieve something. Yeah, but are you happy? Like right now, I'm happy. I love my life.
Yeah, right. I will have to say what you just said. I'm definitely guilty of that, of just like working. I work 7 days a week. I'm either like editing or I'm filming stuff, or maybe I'm doing the podcast with you, this is really fun. I really do enjoy doing the live productions, but it's really important just to take some time. So perfect example, last night I went got some drinks with my friends. It's really important to take the time and go out and have fun and not just grind, hustle all the time. What kind of life is that? It's not a very good one.
And literally it was, so I'm 40 something, and it wasn't until about 39 when I kind of figured out I was doing it wrong. I worked.
What do you mean by doing it wrong?
I was like, oh, I got to build something. I had several successful businesses. I did a bunch of stuff, when I was a sand fracker for trucking, which,
I bet that was some decent money at the time.
Dude.
Yeah.
But what it cost me relationships with my kids, relationships with, the people I loved, cause I was gone.
Things that are priceless.
Making $20,000 a week is, great. But
hell yeah, that's great. But I might need to swap industries, man. If we're talking $20K a week, I might need to change professions.
So the part about that, it was insane because I got most of that money on what they call detention pay.
What is that?
The well will go down, and I'm sitting there just twiddling my thumbs for $200 or $300 an hour. Because I have a load of sand. They can't take the delivery, but I'm stuck. I can't.
So you're basically telling me I could play Flappy Bird on my phone and make $200 to $300 an hour?
Yeah.
So where do I sign up, man?
That was 5 years ago. The industry has changed drastically. Like I tried it out maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and like, oh yeah, for demerge after the first 24 hours, we'll back pay you $30 an hour. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Man, I take $30 an hour. I mean, that's
Yeah,
I mean,
but the well has to be down for 24 hours. So
okay, so basically, like, AKA, you're just twiddling your thumbs there, right? Like, literally doing that. Is that where the detention pay comes in?
that's pretty much it. And
Gotcha.
that's industry wide. I'm a trucker, so this is pretty much what I get to do on my time off. So I sit there and I'd be at 19 hours and well's up, no money. It's 24.
No money?
No money. So I sat there for 19 hours, no money. When it used to be, okay, after 3 hours, you get demerge or detention pay.
Yeah, I would honestly be livid pissed if I didn't get paid, man.
And in my industry, if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't earning. So,
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's, trucking, like, it's never going to go away. That's one of those where people want deliveries, but they don't understand how big the trucking industry is in their life. When they go to the store, where do you think that food comes from?
Comes from the good truckers. Yeah. I got nothing but respect for people who do that job.
Unless you see a railroad track next to the food delivery to your Sam's Club, Walmart, wherever you get your food, you're not going to see any food in that store that isn't brought to you by truck. Because, yes, everyone's like, oh, what about the rail? Okay, great. Who's going to bring 40,000 pounds of whatever you get delivered by rail to your actual address?
Who's going to bring all that toilet paper that was missing during 2020?
Hey, that's what's in that closet.
All the toilet paper.
I don't understand COVID in my ass, but hey. Someone said there was a toilet paper shortage. I'm like, I'm good. At the time, I actually worked for a paper product place. So, they like every week they would say, hey, we'll give y'all 15 rolls of toilet paper.
Okay.
And I'm like, sweet. It was one ply.
Wait. They paid you in toilet paper?
No. They gave me money. But also they in excess, they're like, hey, we're going to give you 15 rolls of toilet paper. I'm like, yeah, awesome. I think we're almost out of that. So I'm like, yeah.
Sure, I'll take some TP.
Yeah, hey, especially when no one else has any. I'll sell that shit on Facebook.
Especially when it's short. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm going to run the restroom just really quick.
Go ahead,
I'm just going to let you just run this while I'm gone.
All right, man. But yeah, life is definitely fun. Y'all should, have fun with life. Don't worry about, the things out can obviously, not worry about, because things happen. Life happens. Just go to bed, wake up another day. That's all you can do. I've been in that situation where, life can't get any lower, can't get any worse. You could be sick, you could be in the hospital. It can get worse, but also it can get better. So never give up. It's like I telling Parker and telling Dawn, it's like, hey, life is what you make out of it. Y'all have heard that before, and y'all just have to keep your head up, because that's what I do. I've been through a lot. Life is going, great. Life goes bad. Everything happens. You're not the first one to go down that road. I tell my daughter, it's like, I have the answers. I've been where you are. I've had to sit there and worry about a child, I had to make decisions on what's best for y'all. And, that's life. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to worry about. But, eventually it gets better, with experience. The more experience you get, it's like a resume. I've been everywhere. I've been to all 48 states. Been in love, been out of love, been in the wrong kind of love. And trust me, the wrong kind of love is the worst love you can ever have. But finding the right love is the greatest thing you can ever wish for. Oh, he's back. See, look at that. It was gone for 30 seconds. At least it wasn't a 2-hour thing and didn't blow it up. There you go.
I was about to blow up though. I've been holding that for a while, if I'm being honest.
Hey,
feels good.
You drink enough whiskey around here. Yeah, I get you.
It certainly did.
When it gets dark and I've had a few, I'm out on that fairway ordering for them. Like, here you go. I'll order this patch right here. Y'all take care of the rest.
Well, I wonder between us who's going to win the pissing contest. See who streams can go further.
Oh, I can hit the house across the street sometimes.
And you know what? I feel like I believe you too. I feel like you've already tried it.
Oh, well, just being a trucker, I trained that bladder. It's like, no, I got to do 100 miles. We ain't peeing until 100 miles. I've literally
jeez.
I parked my truck, popped the air brakes, didn't even lock the door, and ran into a store. Like, gotta go.
Yeah.
And there's been times where it's like, you know what? I can't make it in. I'm going behind and pee on the tire. This is what we do.
You know, I want to ask you, man. Do you what crazy trucker stories do you have? You have to have like I'm sure you've seen some shit or
Oh, dude.
been through some shit, like something, man.
So okay, there's two that come off top of my mind. One's great, one's horrible. One's like, really, dude.
Let's start with the horrible one first.
So I was working for the first company, and I moved back to Florida from a relationship, and everything. And I was like, all right, so they made me regional in Florida. They weren't really big in Florida. So they're like,
okay.
All right, Monday through Friday, I was home on the weekends bouncing around. And I'm coming up, they call it Gator Pass, which is like a toll road from Miami to Tampa.
I'm assuming it's filled with gators.
Yeah, there's swamp on both sides.
Oh, okay.
So,
that sounds cool. Actually, is that like
until you see a gator crossing the street, you're like,
well, I'll just run that bitch over if I can.
No, because there's a whole thing about preservative and like I ain't trying to fuck with the gator.
Hey, if it's my life or that gator's life, I'm
all about that. So I'm sitting here. I just delivered. I'm all of maybe 32 years old, and I'm driving up the road, and I look over. There's a guy keeping pace with me. I'm like, all right, that's whatever. He pulls up a little more. I look down, and he's in there.
Wait, he's in there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I'm like,
did he look at you?
He's looking at me and giving me a thumbs up. I'm like, I'm good. No.
Oh my gosh.
No. No.
What a sicko, dude. That is nuts.
I mean, I looked over. His pants were down. I mean, to his knees. He's driving. And I'm like, okay, dude, no.
Wow. I was not expecting that. That is a curveball, man.
Oh, that was horrible. And it happens a lot. Now,
it happens a lot?
Yeah. I've only seen one instance, but I'm pretty sure all the truckers out there would tell you another one.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah. But I was coming out of, Salt Lake City, going into Nevada, which is the back way to going into Reno. So from there, I'm on a huge stretch. This stretch is 100 miles, nothing. This is where they do the salt flat races, the salt.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Bonneville.
Yep.
That's
awesome.
So I'm heading that way. I look over. This was that time I had my daughter with me, and I'm sitting here looking over.
Hopefully it's not another guy jerking off.
No, this was actually better. This car comes up. I look over. It's a pickup truck. Because it had a bench seat. This chick is literally sprawled out against her husband's lap, and he's just flapping them away. I'm just like, yeah.
That is better, yes. Wait, so is he driving while that's going?
Oh, he's driving, and she's just displaying. I'm like, there you go. And so I had a friend at the time. I called him. I said, dude, all I get is guys jacking off next to me. I said, I've been there too.
Until that last story where you actually got to see a lady for once.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'll take boobs wherever I can find them.
Meanwhile, hey,
our text line is 469-416-1927. Excuse me, I'm a little happy right now.
Again, it's 469-416-1927. This is coming from me, but yeah, send us some boobs.
Yeah, listen, and Jamie says them, she'll reply back and delete them. So just let you know.
Oh, I might keep them, ladies. Stick your number in there as well if you want me to hit you up.
Yeah, I'll forward them over to Parker. There you go. See, he's all 26 years old and he's available. Look at that. There you go.
I certainly am, ladies. Look at now.
I know our show's called Two Dads and Some Whiskey. But Don's got an anniversary. He'll be here hopefully in the next week. If not by Zoom, he'll be here live. He's actually picked up a really good bottle. I think of Ellington Reserve straight whiskey. And he's saying that he's loving it. I'm like, well, dude, have 3 glasses and hop on. We'll film this. And
we should try to. Or I don't know if he'd be. I know this weekend he has his anniversary, but I think potentially doing a Zoom call with him if he was able to jump on for like 30 minutes or something.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get him in for next week because he's a newbie to cigars. So it's been.
We need to educate him. I got you.
I love taking him. I'm like, here, try this one. Here, try this one. I'm his cigar drug dealer. So I'm like, yeah, try this. This is good. And he's like, oh my God. I gave him one that was honey.
Oh, I actually need to do some cigars with you sometime because like I said, I do enjoy some cigars. I am kind of a newbie, but we should maybe go over to the cigar shop.
Yeah,
and-
I got a local guy right here at the
Oh,
corner.
awesome.
At
Yeah,
the,
man.
right
I'd
down
love
the
to
road,
hit that up
5
for you
minutes away.
sometime.
Like I was like, dude,
Educate me.
you're walking distance. I can get drunk and walk over.
Oh, wait, it's really that close?
Yeah, like mile
Dude.
away. Well, see, the way I grew up, I was like, I lived within that 2 mile radius of school. Too
Yeah.
close for a bus, but too far away to walk.
Struggle.
So my ass was walking.
Yeah, right.
I was like, my mom's like, you're walking. I'm like, you understand how far away that is? You're walking. All right.
Man, dude, that's how it was for me too. When I was in like middle school, my parents were like, "Yo, we're done picking you up. You have to walk." So it was like a 30-minute walk home for me.
But that builds character.
Oh, it built something.
and
Anger,
strong
rage,
calves. Yeah.
resentment, strong calves.
And by the time you're home, you're like, I'm too tired to be pissed anymore.
Yeah. Just give me some water, please.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's like I tell my kids, I'm like, listen, they get everything nowadays. They're all
Man,
about,
they do, man.
I'm sitting here looking, I'm like, you don't understand what it's like to struggle.
No, they don't. I mean, it really turns like boys into men and girls into women.
Yeah. And I tell my girls, I'm like, listen, life is going to throw you curveballs. It's going to be hard.
Shit, yeah, it will.
It's how you deal with it. It's,
Right, yeah.
If you sit there and break down and cry about it, that shows you what your 20s are going to be like, what your 30s are going to be like, because you're going to expect someone to save you. Now, listen, I used to be Captain Save-A-Ho. That ain't me.
Dude, never me. I do respect the guys who go out there and successfully do that for sure, but I mean, I don't know. Do you think it's just like at this point, you think it's kind of a waste of time, or do you think that's a real thing, or
They
what?
gotta help. They have to help themselves first.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got a friend, and friend's a light term of it. And every once in a while she'll call me, hey, can you give me $50? I'm really having a hard time. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, what have you tried to do? Well, I tried this, and it's always some kind of scheme. I'm like, why don't you get a real job?
Oh, so she's just trying to like
Yeah.
milk for money, something like that.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not, no, I'm not saying I'm the wealthiest person in the world, but $50 isn't going to kill me. But I'm not going to give
I mean,
it
it's $50 is $50 at the end of the day, whether you have $1 million in the bank.
quarter.
Yeah,
That's
like,
the thing. $50 is the new quarter.
yeah. I honestly never really looked at it that way, but yeah, I'd say it kind of is with how inflation is going and just how things are trending. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's like I tell her, it's like, she's like, oh, can you get me a hotel room for the night? Nah.
Why does she need a hotel room? What the heck?
Because bad decisions.
Yeah.
They're all about the quick money. I'm like, nah.
I try not to deal with those women who are all about the quick money. In my experience, they're the ones that will get you in trouble, men.
Oh yeah, it's like I'll make sure, like she'll text me. I'll be like, and this is like, hey, I need $20 for food. All right, $20 is literally wipe your ass money now. $20 is
I mean,
the dollar.
yeah, it's like for real though.
So
a 20 is like $1 at this point.
I was like, all right, I get you. I'll 20. It's like, hey, all right, that's to make sure you're eat, whatever. But I'm not a big proponent of making sure, try to change your life. You got to want to have something better for yourself, and if you don't, then I really, if there's nothing you can bring to the ball game, because
nothing.
I don't deal with anybody, even my own kids, if they don't want to better themselves or, try to get a better life.
Yeah.
My daughter, she says, oh, I want to go to school. I'm like, great. How can I help you?
Oh, so you're actually willing to like fund, I guess, college or trade school or whatever she chooses.
Whatever. I'll say, I will, because that's the way my dad was. Hey, if you want to do something to better yourself.
That's how my parents were too. Yeah, I'm going to be the same way as well. Yeah, let's say if my kids, if they want to go out and like, hey, I want to go to trade school or I want to go to college and I want to do X, Y, Z, whatever. I'm like, providing I actually have the income, I'm going to 100% help them. Even if I don't, I'm going to figure out ways to help our kid or, help my kids kind of thing. So but, I really respect that, man. That's cool.
They got to want it themselves. It's
right.
It's not a, hey, I want this for you.
Right.
No, you have to want this. You got to show me the passion. And that's why I tell them, like, if you're not passionate about something, then I'm not going to be passionate about it. There's no way.
Which is fair. That sounds logical and normal to me. Yeah.
So, you know, it's like every time I like try to do something, you know, my dad always saw as like, oh, he's passionate about this. He wants to better himself, better his life situation. You know, when I got my CDL, it was by actually my ex-mother-in-law, helped me get my, CDL. Because, I went to a trade school. And they're like, hey, we need a cosigner. I'm like, will you? And that's about the only good thing I could say about her.
Right.
Because, that became a 20-year life goal. I've been doing this shit since I was 20. We'll say 20, maybe 30, 10 years.
Yeah. For a while, like, nonetheless.
Yeah. But, it's, even though I didn't have to drive at times, I never got rid of my CDL. And that's what people say. Hey, I'm in a good position. Do I need to, what should I do? I'm like, dude, keep your CDL. Because, shit goes wrong all the time.
Tell me about it.
At least, you can go and work at one of the big jerk off trucking companies. And that everybody who's a trucker knows who that is. Y'all seen the trucks, and y'all can just, go there and still make $35,000 a year. Go to a good one, you can make 50. Go to a great one, you can be in the hundreds.
The 100 sounds nice.
That's
right? Goals for me.
Yeah, but you got to give in blood, sweat, and tears for it.
That sounds like par for the course.
But at least you're getting something out of it.
Right.
See, it's your aspect of how you look at it. Like everyone's, oh, I'm missing my family. Yes, you are. But I tell Parker, you came to me and say, hey man, I'm having a hard time finding a job. What should I do? Like, get your CDL. You're young, no kids, no relationships, bounce around the country.
That actually sounds fun. I love travel and all that. And
getting paid to travel. You know how many times I've been in California, called up Enterprise. They picked my ass up. I got a rental car and I went to Disney. I went to Universal. Dude. I went to Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah. I'm
laid over in California. I'm getting paid to sit there. Why not enjoy it?
I totally would, man.
And that's why I tell everybody, it says the way you view stuff.
Yeah.
You could be pissed off and sitting in your truck at some crappy truck stop with lot lizards banging on your window every 35 minutes. And
is that a real thing?
They don't look that good. You're like, not even on 5 bottles of whiskey.
No. Oh, jeez. No,
because I can smell the funk. Oh, dude, I can tell you stories that they're not safe for this.
Maybe off there. Speaking of that, we are at the 1 hour mark right now.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, this is 2 dads and some whiskey. I hope you enjoy this little rant that we do. This is pretty much what we're going to be doing. We're going to enjoy it, have some fun, talk about our life adventures and all that. Hit us up on our text line, 469-416-1927. We got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's all, at 2 dads, some whiskey. You see the links in the corner around here, and we hope you enjoy our little show today. This is Chris and Parker. Hope y'all come back and see us again.
Yeah, thank y'all. Had a great one and appreciate you, Chris. I will catch you all next